Shabbat Shalom. Our Parsha, this Shabbos, is a big one. It's Parsha Yitro, and within it we get the 10 Commandments. The commandments actually come up twice in the Torah. Think about it for a minute. Those of you might know. It's like the double portion of manna we got when we were wandering in the wilderness, and also the 2 chalot that we get on Shabbat to remind us. We get our 10 commandments first at the beginning of the year, the secular year around February, and then again in the summer, the end of summer in August, bookending our secular year with reminders on how to behave. In our Parsha, we get to see where Moses' father-in-law, after hearing all of the wonderful miracles that God has performed for the people of Israel, he comes from Midian to the camp and he brings Moses' wife and his 2 sons, and he sees what Moses is going through. And this Parsha, the real message is how it really takes a village. A leader cannot do anything alone. And I'm so blessed to have our fabulous president and board of trustees, our sisterhood, and all of the wonderful volunteers that work so diligently to keep our synagogue going and alive and thriving. And so what happened is that Moses' father-in-law sees what he's going through and advises him to appoint a hierarchy of magistrates and judges to assist him in the governance of the people and in administering justice. And it's not an accident that this is coming up right at the time when we have a new administration in the government in our own country. So this hierarchy of leadership is necessary for justice to be carried forward. The children of Israel are now camped outside opposite Mount Sinai, and they hear that God has chosen them to be a nation, a kingdom of priests, a holy nation, and they step up to the plate and they say, all that God has spoken, we shall do. But then it gets to be a lot. Right about 6 weeks after the Exodus, we know about this from Passover to Shavuot, they all assemble at the foot of Mount Sinai for the giving of the Torah. And it is a big moment. It's a Cecil B. DeMille moment with thunder and lightning and billows of smoke, and the shofar is blasting, and God summons Moses to come ascend, and everybody sees what's going on. It is just way too much for them. It is overwhelming. They hear the commandments, and they realize now that they are being commanded that they have to believe in God, they can't worship idols as they've done in the past, they can't take God's name in vain, they have to keep Shabbos, which we're doing right now by hearing this drasha and participating in our worship service. They must honor their parents, not murder, not commit adultery, not steal, which so many other nations had been doing and couldn't give up, which is, well, wait, we took this on, and not to bear false witness or to covet anything that another person has. So these are the main ones. You're going to hear so much other directions that we got, and we're going to be so blessed to hear Jason Klugman chant this for us, because this is a big moment in our Judaic year. The people cry out to Moses that this revelation is way, way too much for them to bear. All of the thunder and the lightning, it's so overwhelming. They beg Moses, please, please, you deal with God. You have the conversations with God. You receive the Torah from God and then convey it to us. So from this point on, Moses officially becomes the true intermediary with God. And the impact of his leadership becomes so essential to our physical and spiritual connection to God throughout our journey. The commandments gave the Israelite people a structure and rules to live by. You have to remember, they had been slaves for hundreds of years. So ethical and moral behavior needed to be outlined, because now they have the freedom to truly choose between that which is right and wrong. Thousands of years later, this blueprint for essential living and being still guides us and informs us in our Judaic and secular ways, much in the way the Constitution guides our country. So as we go forth through this Shabbat and the months ahead, and we get used to the new leadership that we have in our country right now, and we see the Torah unfold. We are now at the beginning of the second book of our Torah. Let us think about the choices that we make, our actions, and may we reflect the wisdom that's contained within these beautiful commandments and the glory of God as being passed down to us through Moses. So we're blessed right now, Lador Vador, from generation to generation, to see Jason Klugman chant these amazing commandments as a reprisal of his bar mitzvah portion. And then afterwards, you can enjoy the musical part of our worship Sabbath service. I look forward to seeing you virtually at our Winter Gala of Love next Saturday, the 13th. I think we're pretty much at the point of our final count. If you have not gotten in your reservation, please do it immediately. And so now just stay tuned, relax, enjoy Shabbat, listen to Jason chant the commandments, and then sing with our service. So in this month of secular love, share the love, be safe, be well. I'll see you in 2 weeks on the third Friday in our synagogue. And for those of you that have been vaccinated, if you want to show up, please do. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Jason Klugman, and tonight I'll be doing my Torah portion, Parsha Yitro, which is the 10 Commandments. I hope everyone stays healthy and safe, and here we go. Kabed et avicha v'et imecha l'ma'an yarikun yamecha al hadama asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach lo tirtza lo tinaf lo tignov lo ta'aneh b'reacha et shacher lo tachmod beit re'echa lo tachmod eshet re'echa ve'avdo ve'amato ve'shoro ve'chamaro ve'chol asher le're'echa. Thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for the worship service after me.
And so we're going to sing Yedid Nefesh. If you'll turn to page 128 in your Siddurim. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to start first with the Nagun, and then we will sing the verse. Heart's delight, together source of mercy, draw your servant into your arms. I leap like a deer to stand in awe before you. So we come together on this Shabbat for a little respite, a little opportunity to separate ourselves from everything that has gone on in the entire week, and to renew and refresh and recharge so that we can embrace the week ahead, the weeks and months ahead, with a sense of optimism and hope. We're going to do a prayer for our country, if you'll turn to page 376. It's important that we support our leaders, our system, our democracy, and that we send and use this time of Shabbat to reinforce both spiritually and, as we're going to hear in the sermon, bringing down that light from above into the physical realm so that all of us can be uplifted and that our leaders can be empowered. So if you look in the middle of page 376, let's read together the prayer for our country. Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and unite the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in the darkness. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. And together let us all say, Amen. And we're going to do, if you'll turn in your Siddurim, we're going to do a prayer for healing, the Misha Barach. If you have loved ones that you want to send a boost of energy to, page 371, you can say their names aloud. Or even if we together collectively would like to send a prayer of healing to the entire country that is so divided, as you can see by the counts and the totals, it's really so unbelievably close. So what we can see is that everybody cares about their ideals and their candidate and their passion for the future. That's what we need to look at. Everyone actually cares about that equally. It's just a matter of the direction of which leader is going to take us forward through these unsettled times, through the pandemic, through what lies ahead, so that we can rebuild our economy, get back to what life might now be as it has changed and evolved, as we all morph and turn our souls and our hearts and our bodies, our minds and our spirits towards hopefully something better that we can create out of the ruin that we may feel within our own being, within our communities, within our financial situations. We can evolve, we can go forward, there can be light and will be light at the end of the tunnel. Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Shalom Rabbamin Shemai v'chayim aleinu ve'okol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'okol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May God, who is the author and the director and the producer of our story, our ultimate story, give us some good guidance and maybe some new text to work with as we go forward in our lives. And may our loved ones in the heavenly realm be those angels that watch over us and guide us and help us along our journey so that we may have good and rewarding and fulfilling lives. So with that, I'm going to give you some announcements from our president who wanted to have her voice heard. Our service tonight is sponsored by Terry Schneier in honor of her daughter-in-law Linda's birthday. Well, with the days getting darker sooner and colder as winter sets in and COVID on the rise again, we've been forced to make some changes. You have received notice from both the temple, myself, and Rabbi Canarditi about these changes, but here they are in summary. We'll not be going to restaurants after services. The lunch bunch will be on hiatus until after the new year, and the services may be live streamed only, so watch your emails. We may try to get one more service on the parking lot 2 weeks from tonight, but it is looking like it's about going to be anywhere from 58 to 62 degrees here, so we may not get COVID, but we don't want anyone getting bronchitis or pneumonia. This is what's coming up this month. Zoom Sisterhood meeting has been rescheduled to Tuesday, November 10th at 7 p.m. They had technical problems with the last meeting, so bear with them. We're all new to this new way of communicating. The second Sisterhood book discussion on Zoom was enjoyed by the readers who enjoyed a year in Provence. The next book is The Long Ride Home by Rupert Isaacson, a truly fascinating book. See your emails. Text Sherry Silver if you would like to join our next meeting on Sunday, December 6th at 2 p.m. And remember to send Sonny Moss your $10 check payable to Sisterhood. Remember, it is a fundraiser, guys. Dan Spector's wonderful music appreciation class on Zoom, focusing on Jewish composers, will meet again on November 19th at 7 p.m. I hope that's right, Dan. Watch your emails for the Zoom link. Always watch your emails. Don't let them go into the junk, the trash, the spam folder. We do actually tell you things that you need to hear. Like, for instance, tonight's service was changed to 4 p.m. So watch for your emails. They'll meet again on the first and third Thursdays in December, and then we'll move to the second and fourth Thursdays starting in January. Mark Tannen will continue to lead his Torah study class on Zoom, and there's one more tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. The link is in your email. Rabbi Cantor, Dee Thomas, will continue her Hebrew class. The class is going to be moved to Wednesdays. Those of you that are in the class will get an email. We're almost going to finish the text, and then we'll move on to something that everyone can do together. So remember to sign up for the Thanksgiving Interfaith service on Zoom, Tuesday, November 24th at 7:30. We did send out some information on that a couple of weeks ago, but I will be sending out a flyer any day. So please watch. Now, be watching for a surprise way to celebrate Hanukkah this year. Can you believe it? We are celebrating Hanukkah. We are actually talking about it. A flyer will be coming your way by snail mail very soon. Watch for it. Remember that we need your ongoing support in this very challenging time, and we're very grateful for all that you do. Stay safe, and we hope that you'll join in all our services, our meetings, our classes, and in supporting our synagogue. Shabbat Shalom. So we are now going to bless one another with the priestly benediction, the Birkat Kohanim, and then we are going to sing Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace and unity as we call out to God for the assistance that we need in making our lives peaceful and compatible with one another. As we prepare for the Birkat Kohanim, the priestly benediction, we call upon the spiritual priests of thousands of years ago to watch over us. And in the English, the text is, may God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you, be with you always. May God be with you and grant you peace. So we ask at this time that we go forward with that light and that unity, and that we will be blessed together with the light of the divine. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will, Shabbat Shalom. And now, Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Bimrama. Marianne and Hilda, who have come here to share. So once again, Shabbat Shalom. May you go forward with peace, harmony, unity of spirit, and blessing. Stay safe.